Hello, my name's Rob. I'm one of the ministers here at ABC, and I am really excited about what God has planned for the next chapter of our church's story. We believe that God is doing a new thing in our time, and that He's inviting our church community to follow Him wholeheartedly wherever He leads us in the future. However, stepping into the new thing God has for us doesn't mean forgetting the lessons He taught us in the previous chapters of our history, or abandoning the values that He's already placed on our hearts. When we forget what God has said to us in the past, we're prone to resist His will to us for the future, because we fail to recognize the plan that He's already been revealing to us throughout our history with Him. So, as we step into the next chapter of our story as a church, we carry with us the core values that He's used to guide us this far. Over the next 5 days, I'd like us to consider those core values afresh, so that we are reminded of how God has been guiding us to live our faith, whatever the future may hold. Let's begin today by considering the first of these 5 core values that God has placed in our hearts as a church. Commit to follow Jesus and go where God leads. Committing to follow Jesus and go where God leads is often easier for our mouth than for our feet. It's easy to commit to follow Jesus when He's walking somewhere appealing, but it is much harder when He's walking in the direction of trouble or hardship. That's the real test of our commitment. Will we follow Him wherever He leads us, even if that means facing adversity, danger, or discomfort? There's a story in the Old Testament part of the Bible that helpfully illustrates how God's good plans for us can easily be forgotten when He leads us through a period of adversity en route to the fulfillment of His promises to us. We find that story in the book of Numbers in the Old Testament part of the Bible, as the Hebrew people were on a journey with God to take possession of the land that He had promised them. Here are some of the key verses in that story which can be found in Numbers chapter 13. The Lord said to Moses, "Send some men to explore the land of Canaan, which I am giving to the Israelites. From each ancestral tribe, send one of its leaders." So they went up and explored the land from the desert of Zin as far as Rehob towards Lebo Hamath. They came back to Moses and Aaron and the whole Israelite community at Kadesh in the desert of Paran. There they reported to them and to the whole assembly and showed them the fruit of the land. Then Caleb silenced the people before Moses and said, "We should go up and take possession of the land, for we can certainly do it." But the men who had gone up with him said, "We can't attack those people, they are stronger than we are." And they spread among the Israelites a bad report about the land that they had explored. They said, "The land we explored devours those living in it. All the people we saw there were of great size." The Lord's anger was aroused that day, and He swore this oath: "Because they have not followed me wholeheartedly, not one of those who were 20 years old or more when they came up out of Egypt will see the land that I promised on oath to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Not one, except Caleb, son of Jephunneh, the Kenizzite, and Joshua, son of Nun, for they followed the Lord wholeheartedly." Caleb and Joshua are wonderful role models of what it means to commit to follow God wherever He leads us, trusting that He has good plans for us. They knew that in order for the people of God to inherit the promises of God, they had to faithfully follow the path that God had laid out for them, even if it meant facing their fears. Perhaps the future frightens you a bit. Maybe change makes you feel uncomfortable. It's highly likely that marching into uncharted territory will reveal challenges that you haven't faced before, and that will require real courage and determination to overcome. For many of the young Israelites, the prospect of invading Canaan in order to take possession of the land that God wanted them to live in seemed like a step too far. But Joshua and Caleb were committed to follow God wherever He told them to go. How committed are you to the plans and path that God has in store for us as a church in the next chapter of our history together? Will you trust Him and follow His lead, even if that means leaving the safety of the known and venturing into the unknown? Will you commit to following Jesus whatever the cost? As you consider that difficult question, you'll find a link in the description below to a song that I've chosen to help you reflect on your commitment to the one who gave everything for you. God bless you, and I'll see you tomorrow.